course. Okay.
Never say never. Where's that from?
Last Dragon.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. I was like, who is?
I was thinking James Bond.
No, because I did like this. Never
Say never.
That was what's her name?
And don't wait, I forget.
Whatever she said. But anyway, all right. Let me get this together.
Okay, yeah.
All right, cool. Hello and welcome back to Date with the Divas. We have some fantabulous topics for you guys. I hope you have your beverage of choice because our topics are hot and you will be parched. Okay. All right, Entourage. If you haven't subscribed, come on and click on that subscribe button. And don't forget to like our videos and also hit on that notification bell so you never miss out on our newest videos. Ms. Alicia, you want to get us started, please?
Yes, I do, y'all. So one of the latest things that is going on right now, straight from TMZ and Twitter, Rihanna and A$AP Rocky have finally dropped their new baby pics. So you know, and Rihanna out there together. That's little Riot Rose. She had him in August. Look at the family photo shoot that they did, dressed in denim, being cute. Look at RZA.
Just why is he in pink?
Huh?
Why is he in pink?
Because she's forward thinking.
Right.
All right.
Can we focus on the photos for the second? No.
She was focusing on the photos.
We are. He was in pink. I was a little confused. I'm just not used to that.
You know what, Mary?
Oh, it looks, maybe it could be peach that looks pink. I don't know, colors.
Maybe it's not
again as we talk about it.
Right. Well, Marilyn.
Salmon.
That just it for me personally, and this is just me, and I'm old school and in a different generation. I always associate that color with a girl.
Yeah, most people do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So fair, so much that Twitter was divided. And they
sorry.
You gotta let us get through the story, folks.
I mean, you need to be quiet, right? Sorry, right, Marilyn?
Well, the pictures are over, so you're good. But it's a prime example. Basically, half of Twitter agreed with Marilyn, and the other half agreed with Jackie about being forward thinking. So let's read what some of our entourage are saying in these streets, okay? So one is Thomas. He said, "I'm so confused. What gender is this baby?" All because of the color of
right. I thought it was
outfit. The next Twitter user said, "So she had a baby girl, not a baby boy?" ? And is she a girl? Okay. So they finally someone said it's a boy, and they confirmed it by Ree herself saying in her Twitter, "The mayor's boys." So clearing it up, I got boys. What person said? Oh yeah. I love this tweet so much. So it was like, Rihanna and A$AP Rocky just shared pictures of the new son, Riot Rose. Some people are like, OMG, she had a girl. No, it's a boy. But she's wearing pink. Yeah, but it's a boy. Even Reed commented in his voice, she might be lying. So people still think she might even be lying.
Wait, but what's the baby's name?
Look at the name, Riot.
What's the baby?
The baby's name is Riot Rose. Riot Rose.
See, I wonder if that's a girl. I'm sorry, I'm with them now.
It could be avant-garde, saying it is a baby, and maybe that she would like for the baby to determine what their gender is, and she is not going to put a label on it.
Wait. Lavelle.
Teresa's face.
With Jamie Foxx.
What was that?
Having conversations with JD. So now you having conversations with Rihanna, and that's what
I didn't say I was having a conversation. I said she is probably being avant-garde, trying to change the narrative of today, where we are putting labels on everybody.
That baby gonna be confused.
I think she put a label on him because she said the boys. She just also put a dusty pink outfit on him, which is
his middle name is Rose.
And his middle name is Rose. which
Isn't-
most people don't go by their middle name. So I think
isn't his name Axl Rose Foley? But that isn't that's
yes, that's a
That's
Rose
a stage
Foley,
name.
Hills Cop. Maybe she was paying homage to Beverly Hills Cop.
Could be.
Okay. Rihanna, can you hook us up and tell us what's going on? Help us sister out.
It's a boy in a dusty pink outfit because the
It's
gender
a color.
roles are not- Yes,
Dusty Rose. It's a
Color.
Dusty Rose.
yes, Dusty
giving it-
Rose.
I was still giving it like a camel blush, a blush
Mhm.
camel.
No,
It looked pink.
Mhm,
I-
mhm.
I thought
So-
girl, and I kept going. Did she have a
And it's got the baby has leg warmers, right? So
Leg warmers. Hold
I think it
on,
was
let me
like
go
a-
back.
Yeah, so show it again.
A
Let me-
color. It's a color.
well no, they
Oh,
could be high
hold
socks.
on, let me get
They
the
need
share
socks.
screen up.
The baby's cute though. It's a cutie.
Oh, he's beautiful. So there he's got on like a little jumpsuit.
Yeah,
little
it's a big
overall.
one. Kind of thing.
He's in pink
And then
too.
this, I think those are
Yes,
just.
he's in pink and two different. Yeah, that's a girl.
I think those are just.
It's
We
twin.
gon-
So
They're gonna
Marilyn, let
come
me
back
ask you
out
this.
and all of a sudden it's gonna be a
Marilyn,
girl.
okay, you're adamant about it this baby being a girl. Why would you think that Riri would say Mayor
I'm
Boys on
joking.
her
I'm-
caption then?
I'm
Oh,
joking.
wait a minute. Look up ASAP Rocky's jewelry though.
Where's
The
his
gender
jewelry?
roles are look at his earrings and his
He
necklace.
got dangly earrings.
Okay.
So they're not conforming to
Clearly.
yeah.
And
Mhm.
just point out that TMZ is rarely wrong.
Mhm.
And like I said, I was joking.
We're
I'm
not
not saying
arguing about the gender of the baby.
Me
are we?
either. Yeah, I was just being funny on that
We're
one.
not really doing that. Like she said they're boys.
So let me ask you guys, because this definitely seems to be a heated debate here. So for those who say, you don't put boys in pink for a baby photo, at what age do you start giving them brighter colors to wear, or do you always kind of separate the colors?
I don't care what color I put on my child.
Mhm.
I agree with you. I didn't either.
I agree. For girls, you say, okay, you don't have to subscribe to gender norms, right? So why do boys have to subscribe to gender norms? So if a female can wear blue or black or whatever that's normally associated with boys, then boys can wear colors that are generally associated with girls. What's the big deal?
Agreed. Agreed.
Especially in 2023.
We saw that, Atrice. We saw
Yeah.
that.
See, we don't call you out now, aren't you?
Right. She disagrees. So Antrice, why do you disagree?
Well, obviously there's layers to this conversation.
Yes.
I just feel like this is a baby.
Mhm.
Clearly she's trying to make a statement.
Mhm.
But it's a baby, it's an infant. And usually people put babies in a certain color because babies appear to be gender neutral. So you cue strangers and the people around you to
But she told you the boys. So there ain't nothing else to
but
like
no,
if
but
you're
she's
in the
saying if you didn't
supermarket
know.
or if you're out socially, you usually cue.
But you know what? I think I get what you're saying, but
But
At the end of the day.
you cutting her off. You cutting her off. Let
Go
her
ahead, go ahead, go off, girl, go. What's up?
no. Go ahead. I'm sorry. My bad.
I just think you're making it unnecessarily confusing to
People ask what sex it is no matter what they're dressing. People
It's
ask
a
me what
bad
color-
Exactly.
I assumed that the
I
baby
agree
was
with
a girl.
Latrice in that
I
sense.
assumed the baby was a girl because it was a total pink outfit with some leg warmers.
Mhm.
So if I was wrong, then I'd be the jerk in the situation
Mhm.
because I assumed that a baby in pink was a girl. It's like you're creating.
Well, you know what they say about assumptions.
Right. So now we can't. Now you don't know what to say to people, and I just feel like sometimes we're creating confusion for no reason.
But you know what?
Just ask, what sex is the baby?
One at a time. One at a time. Nicole, what were you gonna say?
I saw someone the other day on the street and they looked odd. And I was thinking, if I had to describe this person, I couldn't even say if it was a man or a woman. It had earrings that could have been either. It had clothes that were
They,
distinct.
not it. They. Get it right since we being correct.
People ask all the time if little boys or girls or little girls or boys when they're babies. It doesn't matter what you have them in. If they're
I don't
pretty,
think
they're
that's true. Doesn't matter what you have.
No,
No,
I have had children. Yes.
Girl.
Yes.
I have had babies in in my family, and gender is a boy, but their faces are so cute and their hair is so long. You
Right.
can't. You have to ask. And they were wearing blue, not wearing pink, and people were still wondering if the baby was a girl.
That is true. But what Entree said is a lot of times you take your cue by the color, and there can be a mistake.
Okay, but on
So
that,
therefore, no cues. I think
assumption.
asking, no making assumptions, no taking cues, just saying simply, what a lovely baby you have. How about that?
True. And as I said, we're making also the assumption that somebody will get angry by you saying, oh, boy, girl, or whatever. But if they know what they're doing and you make so, oh no, it's a boy. And call it a day and move on.
No, I feel like somebody who goes out of their way to put their 6-month-old boy in a whole pink outfit will have an attitude if you assume that their child is a girl. That's my guess.
I kind of go with Entree's. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm kind of feeling her.
Yeah, I kind of.
I'm
guess
with
is
Entree as
Rihanna would have
well.
an attitude.
Right.
Especially since she was like, I told you I was having a boy.
Right. So true. Actually, this baby's only a month old. She had the baby in August. So, very, very, very fresh out the womb. So that face is definitely going to look neutral for sure. So what do you guys think about the child's name? Do you think names should be, like, I know sometimes there are some men who are named kind of feminist type of names with meaning and then
But they
it's
have
A or something
dual
like that.
Yeah.
Right.
What is it called?
So his name is Riot Rose, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
I think that's fine.
Mhm.
Is it middle name Rose or is it Riot Rose? Do you know? Is it
that part is not too clear, but
okay.
Yeah. But do you think for those like, colors could be kind of worn, on either side of the gender spectrum? What about names? I do not feel like there are some girls who are named kind of after guys because
there are lots of names
dad, but that go both ways.
Like Tracy, right?
Like what?
Tracy.
Yeah, a lot of names
yeah.
are gender neutral.
I have a family member, and I asked is in my family, and I asked my mom, why in the heck you name him after her aunt? It's a female name, and I was just like, you just messed him up. And it's a bad name. I'm not gonna say it because it's very unique, but yeah, he actually went by the middle name because of.
So he actually didn't like his name because it was so feminine, or because it was just so what?
I think actually I don't think he didn't choose that. We never called him that. We called him by his middle name always.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I didn't understand why he was named that. But to this day, I still be like, you're named after her aunt. And her name
she probably did a solid and was like, you got to name your child after me, no matter what.
And it was no gender neutral. It was my aunt's name.
No, that's what I'm saying. She was just like, no matter what the gender, that's little me right there.
Right, yeah.
I mean, I don't have a problem with Riot Rose.
Go ahead,
I don't have a problem with the name. I mean, the first baby's name RZA. I mean, I know we had the RZA from Wu-Tang. Not gender related. I was just like, oh, that's different. I don't know. Maybe y'all got RZAs in your family. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it sounds like maybe some other type of. I'm sorry.
Say what, Nicole?
Rosie Greer.
Right.
That's a man?
Yes. A famous football player.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I don't watch football like that. Okay.
And then Carol O'Connor, famous actor. You would never think Carol as a man.
Right.
Gender neutral.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with the names now, especially nowadays.
Basically.
Colors.
Only reason I think the only reason it stumped me because also the baby was in a pink color. So then I was like, well, maybe it's a girl. It was just, so I was like, what are you playing off of?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
So true. And maybe she also, part of some debate is like, maybe she also named her child Riot Rose because celebrities like to name their kids very unique names. It's very known now.
Mm-hmm. They do.
So if you were a celebrity, what kind of unique name would you name your child?
Ring light. Because there's a ring light in front of me. So
Hi, Nina. See, this is why we fight every time. This is why.
She brightens up the day.
Go on. Ring light. All right. Legend, ring light legend.
Well, there we go.
That's it. It's a wrap.
Right.
That was mic drop. Ring light.
That one.
That's a
so.
good name too.
Right.
Your mic drop.
Oh, let me, Treese, would you name your child? Look, why are you? All right, I didn't even say that to you.
Already shaking her head. Nope.
Because I have a very unique name that teachers could never pronounce, that they can't pronounce it at Starbucks. You know, it's
Right.
annoying. So, but it's cute when you have a normal name like Gwyneth to name your kid Apple. You think that's
Right.
cute and fun. You know,
Mhm.
your name is Kim. It's cute to name your kid North. But when you grew up with that unique name, you get that it's kind of just annoying. So no, I would
Cute until they go to school.
I would
Like,
name
you're not gonna
Michael.
find the little cups.
Suzanne. Yeah.
No Alizé. No.
No.
But
Yeah,
the
I agree with Entree.
you can't find a keychain with your name on it.
No
Right.
keychains.
I hated
No.
that.
Oh, boo hoo hoo. What'd you say, Michelle?
No, I said I agree with Andres. I would go with a classic name like Audrey or something like
Mhm.
that.
Okay, okay.
I would go with a gender neutral name
Mhm.
and a non-ethnic name as well. More from a standpoint, I'm thinking from a professional
Right.
perspective and resumes and all that.
Resume.
More gender neutral, so they don't know that I'm a female versus,
Mhm.
or the child doesn't know I'm a female versus male when they're, they're looking at resume and doing that quick 30-second. Let me
Mhm.
see, because you do have that sometime, and also, like I said, does not give an ethnic. I can't say it today. You can put that word up there.
Ethnic
Type it in
identity.
for me, Joe.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll
No.
be interesting to see what the most common names are in like 50 years.
Right. So
Right.
It'll be like a little bunch of Riot Roses or something like that.
You're gonna have north, south, west, and east.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Shoot. Mine would be like a combination of like classic but old school. Because I would want to name it after like older relatives that I've had in my family. But sometimes you might want to combine a name if I'm not gonna have a lot of kids, So it's like, okay, we'll put, auntie and other auntie together's name. Look,
That's how I got my name.
Yeah, but you're not gonna find a keychain.
Exactly.
Not worried about these keychains, huh?
You know what? It'll be whatever year it is. We can have them made.
Right.
We don't have to go through the store searching, knowing that it's not there.
Get the initial, get a keychain with the initial. A, or O. There you go, Entree's O. Okay.
And again, O is not a common initial. So
Oh.
She gotta get one that says Olivia or something.
All right, Entourage, you guys let us know as well. If you were a celebrity, what unique name would you name your child? Old school, gender neutral, ethnicity free, or what? Let us know as well. Do you think colors should be, bright and floral, should stick to feminine of females, or what? At what age would you allow, young boys to dress in multiple colors, or and vice versa, of girls dressing in darker colors or something like that? Let us know what you think down in the comments below. All right, so there's a little beef going on, y'all, from two unexpected people. So
What'd you do on trees?
right.
don't ask me, ask Nicole.
You said unexpected people.
So very pristine and lovely Halle Berry,
Halle Berry.
Oscar-winning actress, very, she stays out of drama for the most part, even if she's gone through a few divorces, you don't know all of her business, none of that sort of stuff. She keeps herself in the public eye, you know what I mean? She keeps her private life private. She's, very, PR trained for sure.
She's the Beyonce of actresses.
Right. Thank you, Audrey. I love that assist right there. So, but hardcore, or want to be hardcore, because they grew up in Canada, so they try to compensate. Drake. They in a little beef right now because Drake has a new single that he's trying to promote that's coming out, and it's called "Slime You Out." And he dropped this promotional photo for this single, and here is that photo of the lustrous Halle Berry. Now, this is from when she went to the 2012 Nickelodeon Kids Choice Awards. So it's a very old photo of when she got slimed at that award show. So he took it upon himself to post that photo with the caption of, I think it was just like some emojis. That was the caption, honestly. And
Because
so
that photo is actually the cover of the single.
okay, right.
It actually wasn't the cover of the single. It was a promotional. It's not the actual cover.
Okay.
Yeah.
I read.
Yeah, that's what I read too, was promotional. So yeah, maybe promotional. But after he posted that, then Holly, shoot, all women should have healthy boundaries. Okay. So she let it be known she was not feeling that. She said, so sometimes you have to be the bigger guy, even if you're a woman. Right. And people are like, oh, they're like, what are your thoughts of Drake using that picture of you for a single? She says, didn't get my permission. That's not cool. I thought better of him. And then she said, hence my post today. When people you admire disappoint you, you have to be the bigger person and move on. So then she goes on to further explain, because, some fans, kind of going on, both sides a little bit. One person said, while I do understand your side, the photo is owned by Getty Images. So I'm sure he got the permission and paid the fee. Why you mad? And she let it be known, because he asked me. He literally called me up. Okay, at that part. And I said, no, that's why. Why ask if you intend to do what you want to do? That was the F you to me. Not cool. You get it? And a lot of people kind of divided in between it. Some are on her side, some are not. Some are like, it's the principle, people. You get it? It's the principle. And she responded saying, it's about principles and integrity. So happy many of you get that. Let's see. Compared to the rest of the Miss Halle Berry, he don't compete where he don't even compare. Simply out of respect, you should have asked her. And she was, she had time today because she replying to everybody. So she did
replies a lot of time today.
Yeah.
I love her response when she says, I'm not interested in suing my people. I just wish these men out here would give women the respect we deserve. For the fact, I agree. Like, he asked her.
Yep.
Don't ask me if you really not asking me.
Yeah. Exactly.
And she says, no, I didn't like the image of slime all over my face in association with this song. And he chose to do it anyway. You see, that is the disrespect. Listen.
Right. So do you Divas agree with...
Okay, he could have asked, right? And I mean, it's not just him. He has people behind him or whomever, and they could be like, pushing through, like, look, you asked, but we're gonna do this. This is how we're gonna be able to sell it, and this, that, and the third. I mean,
no, it should have came back to
I'm not trying to make excuse for him, but I don't know.
And he should have called her back and told her, hey, my people aren't listening to me. I'm sorry, they're gonna do it anyway. He should have
right. If you reached out once, you could reach out again.
Exactly.
Sorry, Drake. I was trying to, help you out of it. Apparently, you can have people behind you trying to push you to do things that you don't.
No, I agree. You could have people behind you, but what was, like she said, what was the point? It seems like he was being very presumptuous and just thinking like, oh, she's going to say yes because I'm Drake.
Right.
And it's like, if you reached out and she said, no, I don't want to be associated with this song because she doesn't know what it's about. She doesn't want her image on the promotional thing, then move on. I'm sure you have access to a photo studio. You could have recreated this moment with a model that wanted to be on your thing.
Thank you.
Agreed. However, what I was saying is that he could have, hey, let me call her and say, well, what's good? Is this, okay, whatever. And she said no to Drake. Drake's people.
No, I understand that it's his people.
Wait. Drake is not a new up and coming artist.
I know that. But you can't say
he shouldn't have called. If he couldn't make the call, then he shouldn't have called her. If it wasn't in his power, if somebody else was going to do it, then
he come out with saying it wasn't in my power. Watch him.
Now he may come out and be like, "Oh, they did it, and I told them not to," or
he
something.
He actually had no statement at all because his tail's between his legs, so he didn't respond at all about it.
Right. I don't think he cares. I think he just
right.
Because this is what we called it last week, the clickbait or whatever.
Yeah, clickbait buzz.
Right.
Someone had the nerve to tweet about how either Holly's mad that she's used for clickbait, she got used for clout or something like that. Like,
I agree with Marnita. I think he just assumed that she was going to say yes, and then was like, oh, oh well, she said no, but we're going to get it anyway because she doesn't own the picture,
right?
So let me ask you guys, if something is owned by Getty Images, should folks involved in said pic also get paid and notified, or only the photographer? What do you think?
No, they own that picture. They don't have to do anything.
Yeah,
The
I'm
photographer?
wearing some shoes by whomever, and I bought my shoes by whomever, and I decided to paint all of them. The designer's gonna come at me and say something. I bought them. I'm gonna do what I want to do.
I don't think Hallie's trying to get paid for the picture.
Yeah.
She
I
wants
don't
to-
think she is, but I'm just saying, like in general, like, the line of,
Maybe
I
they
think
could have did it
that's
in a more flattering way. Maybe she
Mhm.
doesn't she doesn't feel it flatters her. So that's why she doesn't want it that way.
Doesn't.
Maybe they could have did a different picture and they could have used the slime in a different way that flattered
But
her.
I think from reading her tweets, I think she doesn't know what he's talking about in the song. And so you can only imagine he's saying slime her.
oh, good point.
imagine
Oh, okay.
be a
I just
sexual
not thought about that. Good
connotation and
point.
she doesn't want to be
Associated
Drake
with
is
something
a
her
piece
image
of
anymore.
garbage.
Say what?
I think Drake is a piece of garbage. He is so misogynistic.
Mhm.
This is just par for the course for him. And he has a real issue with powerful women, it seems like. 'Cause wasn't he going after Meg
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
about that Tory Lanez? Like it had nothing to do with him. And he has
exactly.
a rap. He's gross.
I first of all, in addition to what it looks like, because it's not a flattering picture, I agree with you. With a lot of the lyrics, you don't even know what it's gonna mean. And again, I'm all for it. I don't want to be associated with whatever term, and I'm going to use that lightly, term that you're trying to. No, you could have put you. Why'd you have to pick that picture? You could have just. Why?
And this brings me up to another topic. Gentlemen, can you think about better songs to sing? Like every single freaking song is about putting down some women or
Right.
putting down the African American woman or doing something to her sexually and just can you talk about, I mean,
Something else?
done.
Right.
It's done.
That's exactly it. It's just like
Every single song.
Yeah. So true.
agreed, and that's what I mean. I wouldn't want to be associated with it either.
Mhm.
Yeah, but to go back to your question that you just asked, Alicia, legally, I don't know the ins and outs of I'm guessing that maybe you sitting at that award show, it was probably in your ticket that you give the right for your image to be used, and then Getty Images, things are sold on Getty Images and used for whatever, you're not exactly sure what. I think there is like kind of a morality thing of like, okay, well, you're not gonna know everybody on Getty Images, but in that case,
Right.
he knew her, he reached out to her, whatever way that he did. But Getty Images can't contact you every single time somebody like uses your image. And I know there are certain times, I'm just speaking as a designer, there are certain times where you get exclusive rights to an image and you do have to tell Getty Images like what you're going to use it for, because that it has to be in your contract and there's a length of time that you can use it. So, I know it does get muddy with being a celebrity and having your photo out there and possibly used in a different way, in a way that you don't approve. And that's probably why this is a promotional image rather than the cover art, because when you're buying a photo for cover art, the rights are different rather than something that you're going to use for a promotional image, because you're not getting paid off of that.
But apparently since he reached out to her, he would have had to have known that there was a possibility that she would say no.
I think he didn't consider that. That's my assumption, is that he just was like, I'm Drake. She's going to be happy to be on my thing.
Yeah.
I would have assumed.
Yeah.
If she wanted to, she did say she doesn't want to sue, but if she did want to, do you think she has a leg to stand on?
No, because of the image belonged to Getty.
Okay.
That's how the paparazzi makes their money, because the celebrity does not own the picture. They can sell it to whoever they want.
So true. Yeah.
Her feelings were just hurt that someone that she, thought well of would call her, have a conversation with her, and then go back and do the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Halle Berry's old enough to be Drake's mother. It's just so disrespectful.
Yeah. And oh, go ahead, Nicole.
No, I just said, yes, it's disrespectful.
Yeah. And she is a mother. Like, she just, she's not one of these, she's not a video girl. She don't want to be associated with that.
Thank you. What would your mother say? I ain't one of your friends.
I ain't one of your little friends. She ain't one of your little friends.
For sure. Well, on that note, let us know if you agree with us and Holly, or if you are on the side of Drake of being, creative. Shoot, you just being creative, So let us know down below. Do you think his hands are tied behind his back, like Joe said, and he could, make no moves, even though he's, multi-millionaire? Whatever. So another beef, but this time more so it's a lopsided beef, I should say. It has 50 people versus one, or 50 million people versus one, rather. Including some of our entourage, I'm sure. Everyone versus good old Tyler Perry, y'all.
Okay, I know this.
There were some people who agreed with them, actually.
Yeah.
There were people who agreed with them.
I know. So for those who don't know, Tyler Perry is a multimedia mogul. He owns, a studio lot now. He has 3 or 4 shows on TV. He almost bought was it BT and VH1 or something like that? He almost bought it. So he has billions with a B, billions of dollars. And he went on one of an actress's, someone who works on one of his shows. I think she's on Sisters or some show she's on. Oh, Zatima. She's on Zatima, actually.
Is that where she came from? Okay.
Yeah. So she has a podcast called Keep It Positive, Sweetie. And her name is Crystal Renee Hayslett. Yep, there it is, Crystal Renee Hayslett. And so they were chatting it up a little bit. And so they were talking about relationships. And so he took it upon himself to give some advice to single Black females, not white females, not Hispanic females, but Black people in particular. So he had a message for us. Okay.
Okay.
So Tyler Perry, who's 54 years old, by the way, not married to anyone either, by the way, just pointed out that he ain't married. So he says, okay. So he says, right? yeah. So he says, in our society right now,
that's Tyler Perry's voice.
Yeah.
Let's try Medea.
Right. Oh, you know what? I do need to do. In our society right now, Black women. He says Black women are making a lot more money for the most part than Black men. If you can find love, if that man works at whatever job and is a good man and is good to you and honors the house and honors his wife and does what he can, that is okay. He adds, Black men there are a lot of Black men who are successful, but Black women are the ones really making the money for the most part. He emphasized that as long as both partners are comfortable with it, a woman can be the one to cover the expensive finances rather than her boyfriend. So if all he can cover is a light bill, and she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all other stuff, and you pay the light bill, babe, you can take me to dinner every now and then that's fine. And he started the statement saying, I know it's going to be hard for a lot of people to take in. So, you saying some stuff when you preface it. So, but yeah, so basically, to not date or love based on financial purposes. Otherwise, you might find yourself single. So his perspective ignited a social media storm. So let's get some of what our entourage said online. Okay, so one person up top said, Tyler Perry always encouraging Black women to date down, and that's the MFing problem. Why aren't we telling Black men to be more ambitious, career-driven, invest in the right things, take care of the home first? Why is it always Black women come down to meet where they're at? And then someone else said, Why doesn't a rich Black man like Tyler Perry share his knowledge instead? Insight, tips to Black men to position themselves to be better providers. Right. Always asking Black women to adjust and accommodate to a patriarchal system we didn't create and is designed against us is insane.
Always telling us what to do.
Right.
Right.
So let's put my thoughts on Tyler Perry have never wavered. He's a misogynist who lives to humble Black women. I loathe him and his buffoon alter ego Medea. That being made billions at our expense and has the audacity to want us to live on love. He can bite the you know what that says.
The deepest part.
Right. Another one says, are we really surprised Tyler Perry's telling Black women to date down? Black women dating down has been a plot in all his movies. His character Medea is a stereotypical misogynist character of older Black women. This man clearly does not think highly of Black women or believe we deserve of anything.
So now we got the other side.
Right, this is what the other side, who did agree with him, says. The fact that
100% Negro.
He said, 100% Negro said
it?
Yes.
Right? There's a male.
Yes, 100% Negro is his name.
He says, the fact that majority of Black people don't really understand what Tyler Perry said, but rather took it as an attack, makes me know for sure that our society is in deep trouble. Another person said, also a man, says, not wanting to be completely trashed by his fan base, Tyler Perry purposely lied to Black women and telling them a harsh truth. Black women do not make more money than Black men. There are far more 100K Black men earners than Black women. Too many Black women don't actually know how to assess and gauge value, so they price themselves out of the market. Here's another wealthy person telling you the men you think you deserve don't want you. There are the less than 1% that get through, but they're the top 1% of attractive. You're not them. Help yourself and get real with what and where you are in the market.
He's the ugliest thing on the market.
Right.
Right?
Looking like a
wait a minute. We got one more.
Okay, go ahead, girl.
Okay.
This could be a lady who knows, because just a cartoon as the face, but she says, Tyler Perry said the truth. If you want to date, says marry a Black man, you're going to have to accept his McDonald's paycheck. If you're obsessed with a Black peen, you're going to have to accept being the provider of the household or poverty.
Damn.
Ooh, so Divas, let's get into it.
Andres, start out. You look like you was gonna say something.
I feel like I said a lot already. Do any of the divas agree with Mr. Perry? Let's start.
Right, thank you.
No, I mean, if you fall in love with a man that can only afford the light bill or whatever, maybe he needs to stay where he at and pay the light bill. I'm gonna stay where I'm at. We don't need to combine households right now, because that's a whole different thing. Yeah, exactly.
And it's like a double edge, right? You say, well, babe, pay the light bill, pay the mortgage. But then you're going to come at me and I'm the man of the house. I'm making the decisions. I'm this and I'm that.
Right.
Pick a lane, pick a lane.
Pick a lane.
So true, so true.
So, yeah, I mean, I can hear what Tyler Perry is saying, but I don't believe he should really be speaking on it like that. Because it appears that he is trying to speak for women.
But why? Why is Tyler Perry so invested in Black women's choices?
It's weird.
Like, I think it was just simply saying, in his opinion, if you want a Black man, you're going to have to lower your financial standards. But what he should have been doing, if he wants to talk to Black women, he should have been talking to Black men who also are in the category that he's in and choose to take their money outside the Black community, aka to white women. Or not. So if you want to preach to someone, Tyler, you need to be preaching to them.
That's right.
Yep,
Yes.
exactly. I definitely did find like it, like, why are you singling out Black women for that? Like, when all women kind of have that standard of, hey, if I'm making such an amount of money, I want my mates to make the minimum, at least what I'm equally making or more. You know what I mean?
Does he think Asian women should be with a man who's only going to pay the light bill? Does he think white
Right.
women should be with men who are only
Oh,
paying?
because they're getting the people, they're getting whoever has the money,
Mhm.
no matter
I
what
think Black women
color.
should be with men who can pay the light. Like, what kind of job do you have where you can only pay the damn light bill? Like,
It
Right.
was an example. It was an example. Come on. It wasn't
Well, it was an
literally.
extreme example to me. I
but he
kind of
said
like
it. It came out of his mouth.
Right. But what he said, you know what he's saying.
No, I
They
didn't.
don't,
I think
they
it's
don't have to
ludicrous.
be equal to you. They can be less. They can make less money. That's what he was intending.
No, but
Well,
he
how about this? He
Hey,
should have
he knows
formulated
that-
his words better. He's a multi-mogul. He's been in boardrooms and talking to multi-moguls just like him. He should have used his words better. How about that?
I mean, one part that Alicia left out was he did say
Don't
he
get
knows
them.
women, Black women who make so their men can't touch what they make. Like, they make so much more money than their men. And they just, the love he observes, they just have love for each other and it works out just fine. So I think he did mean a man where you're paying all the bills and he can just pay this one little bill over here. I think he said what he meant to. He's a writer. He said what he meant to say.
Good point. He's a writer. He knows what he's saying.
not a very good writer though. I'm just gonna throw it out there. Like,
I agree with you. And this is why I don't like Tyler Perry movies, because I just feel like the woman, the women who star, his starring character is always on some huge struggle.
mhm.
Married to a successful Black man, he's beating her up or tearing her down or making her life hell, and then she has to go get
Cheating on her.
and then she has to go get the bus driver with the cornrows to be her, her love interest. And I'm like, ooh, like
I wonder if Tyler Perry is just very bitter because he came up out of nowhere. He used to be homeless for a little while. I wonder if he's just bitter because he used to be poor for quite a while and no one gave him any play for many, many years. And then now he has money. He's like, wait a minute, now you want to give me play? Now that I got money? So maybe it's just his being bitter.
Who he getting played from?
How do you know he didn't get any play?
I don't know who he get play.
I mean, because what team he on?
He says he's straight.
Oh my
all
God.
evidence to the contrary, but
That's why I said he says.
My goodness.
exactly, like,
Maybe.
who is he to give dating advice? Like, who do you love? Who are you with?
Right.
Where's your successful partnership?
Yeah. Until he can show us an example of him loving somebody who makes only enough to pay the light bill, I bet you $5 he would not be with that person without an ironclad prenup. Come on now.
Right.
So shade.
Without a prenup.
You got a point, Alicia. Okay.
I hear you, Alicia.
Nicole, you were saying something?
He didn't say marry them without a prenup. He said date them anyway.
You gonna waste your time.
They're in your house. He has them in your house, paying a
Right, Tom, paying mortgage.
Paying one
Yeah.
bill and taking you to dinner every once in a
Well,
while.
look, let me just be extreme. That light bill could be $2,000-3,000. I'm just
If you got it like that.
Imagine how much the mortgage is.
Thank
Right.
look,
But
it
to-
ain't
to-
happening.
His point about he didn't say anything to white women or non-Black women. Black women are the percentage of women who are most unmarried. So
You know
that's
why? Because we're race loyal. So what he did not say is
I'm
what
just pointing
successful-
out why
what
he said
successful
that.
Black men do is they take, like you said, their money elsewhere. So he needs to also let Black women know that's also an option. Instead of just having a Black man that can only pay one bill, you could consider there are other men in this universe who think you're gorgeous.
And
He
we'll
didn't
pay all the other bills.
Go out on
Mic
his Black
mic drop. Snap, snap, snap.
Yep. Or better yet, talk to the men. Talk to the men about either.
Say what, Nicole?
He didn't say go out with only Black people. You guys have a point, but
It's
don't
about
go.
Black men. That's what I'm talking about.
He did say Black men though. He did
They're
say
Black men. He did say that.
He said, only go out with black men that are
And
cheaper
if
than
he
you.
was saying black women in relationship to black men, you quoted the statistic that and he was referencing it too, that black women don't marry as often as women from other races. But he didn't finish that thought. The reason for that is that black women are race loyal. And so they try to stick with black men. That's the reason. If a black woman is willing to go outside of her race, she'll have no problem getting married.
That's right. But we weren't talking about the reason for it. I was just answering why the thing that he said about black women. That's why he was mentioning black women.
Right.
Right, but he left out everybody else though. That's our point. So he intentionally
Did not cover all of his bases.
That's why he left them out. That's what I'm saying. He left them out because we are the majority of women who don't get married. That's all I'm saying.
Right. We hear you. And we hear you.
Right, but he also left out
in the other half. We
the
say
men.
the other half.
Our point, Nicole, is that he also left out addressing the men.
I know. I brought up that point. Remember, I'm the one that said.
Right. So why you going hard?
Yeah, why are you?
We got it. We got it.
You got your drink over there, Nicole. I gotta cool it down. Heat it.
I wish Tyler Perry was more of his time.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Talk to your brothers. You know, like you are a successful black man. You know how to make it in a society that hates you, that doesn't want to see you succeed. You have succeeded over all the obstacles. Talk to your brothers about lifting themselves up instead of talking to their sisters about dragging ourselves down. I wish he would change his
Today.
Yes.
change your focus, Mr. Perry.
Aunt Trish, you know this video is gonna have gold stars on you all the time. Gold stars for you, girl.
Yeah.
Y'all riled me up before the taping.
Well, I'm just going to say maybe he didn't want to tell those other black men that they should make it however they can so they don't get stomped on either for him making characters or stories that made him what he is.
I disagree with that because he didn't care about making fun of us, and he
That's what
most
I
of his
said.
business is from black women. So let's not. Most of his audience is black women. Most church going black women and all that sort of stuff. So
do I not speaking this clearly? I said he did what he had to do. You guys don't like what he did to make his money.
So you're saying that he doesn't want people to follow in his path.
I'm just saying, why should he want people in the bullseye of women like you?
I feel like you're reaching to defend him.
Yeah, you're reaching. Like you're reaching.
Yeah, it's like a jump rope Olympics effect that you're doing, Nicole, here.
Talking about how awful he is to women, but that's how he makes money.
Nicole, look, they wasn't trying to hear me when Dre's people was not trying to listen to him when he was.
But I heard
we on the bottom pole, Nicole. They not trying to hear us.
My point's been made. Any logical person understands what I'm saying. No. You can't tell someone, oh, you're terrible, you do this, that, and the other, when that's what made you your money.
I'm not saying Tyler Perry's terrible.
So then a slave owner that had a connection with the slave. So he's not a bad person, but he made money because he was selling his cotton and all of that stuff, right? So he's still a good person.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's how he made his money off these characters that you guys were talking about. I've never thought about I'm not a Tyler Perry movie fan. I can't tell you anything about any of his movies, but you guys were all saying how he's bad towards women, he's misogynistic.
No, I don't think he's. Let me say, I don't enjoy his movies, but I respect his hustle, and I respect that he employs lots of Black people. I respect that he's tried to keep as much of the money in the community as possible. Like he gives a lot of Black people employment, and I'm proud of the brother. I'm not downing him. I just disagree with him on this topic. That's it.
Right. Now, there were some of our entourage who did say he was a bad person from the tweets that were there.
Nicole was saying something.
I thought that we were talking, not we, but we were saying how his characters were always about, I can't remember what you said, but
struggle love.
Yeah, his characters are always about struggle love, yeah.
And that was a off top. I'm bringing up a conversation we had off camera, but one of these tweets did say that That's what his movies are about. It
They
is
are about that.
Yeah, it is usually like, oh, okay, the woman finds love with the underdog. And I'm not saying you can't find love with the underdog, me personally. It's
Right.
just, if you're going to combine households and stuff, you got to look at, is he
Everything.
trying to at least make money? Is he in a situation where he can only pay the light bill for now because he's in between stuff? Or is he just satisfied with being down here and you're up here? Because that's not going to be a match, I don't think. I'm not married, I'm single. Y'all probably gonna argue with me and be like, no, because I'm saying I don't think that's gonna be a match if you're happy with this level of lifestyle and she wants this level of lifestyle. There's got to be some kind of in between.
Hey, we haven't heard from Michelle.
I'm purposely being quiet because
Well, not anymore. Go ahead.
I'm just, listening to your perspective. The tweet and his target audience.
You have a perspective as a woman. Come on, let's go.
I don't have issues with income disparity. And I think that was his underlying message, was that don't forgo a relationship because this man doesn't make the same amount of money that you do.
Thank you. You should have popped up when I was saying that, and they would say, "No, he knows that he's right. He's a writer."
He needed some backup.
That said, though, I do agree with what Marnita just said, that if your goal is to have a lifestyle that is Kevin Costner lifestyle, but you
With
right
the
now,
Malibu view.
right?
The
But
mountain
right
view
now,
or the what was it, Antrice? The mountain
beach
Or
view,
the mountain view.
Right.
okay? But the man that you're dating can only, be like, Tori Spelling level at the moment, right?
The motel.
So,
Yes. So there is no way that you can reconcile that, right? Unless the man you're with is a student and he's working towards something. But if this is where he's at and there is no potential for growth in income, then I don't really think it would work out, and it would be a waste because your goals are different. You're just both wasting each other's time, basically.
I think that's
I
very
agree,
well put. I
But
agree.
I also will say, watch out on that potential, because don't be marrying potential.
So true. So true.
No, I mean,
Mhm.
I know, I agree with you,
It's-
Michelle. I'm just saying sometimes women, and I'm not saying all women, sometimes women see the potential and we get caught in that, and you've got it's
No,
a fine line and balance on that potential. Is it true? And it's no different not just potential, like, oh, he could change. Similar concept, but just all I was saying, you women out there, be mindful of marrying potential.
Yeah.
there is a difference between someone who is in, let's say, graduate school and is waiting, right? And
Correct.
then someone who is, is
Saying they're gonna go to graduate school.
Exactly.
Correct.
So true. And then something else too that I feel like Charlie Perry's kind of missing the point on a little bit. Like, I agree with Michelle and Marilyn a little bit. But like, just because someone's relationship appears all lovey-dovey when he sees them, like his friends, doesn't not mean that they don't have arguments behind the scenes about the money disparity, because money is one of the top reasons for divorce in America. So
Money,
let's
sex,
be honest,
and what's
a
the
lot of
other one?
men
Money,
like to
sex,
be the
and
head
what's
of the
the other one?
household.
Communication.
I'm sorry, what,
Money,
Marilyn?
money,
The
sex,
top three: money, sex, and communication are the top three
No,
things that
money, sex, and
Sex.
children.
Children.
And is it children?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's
All
Google.
right then. See,
Nicole,
money
my
is
fact
number
finder.
one. If money's
Yeah.
number one, then
Yeah. And so shoot. But
what's
basically,
your thought?
right, because I got but basically
You were
a lot
saying,
of
we
men
she
like
don't
to be,
know what's
oh,
going
I
on
have it now.
behind
Sorry,
closed
Marilyn. Let me
doors.
finish it, please. So a lot of men like to be the head of the household. You know what I mean? A lot of men like to be the leader in a relationship. So let's say this man and this woman is comfortable with him making less. We all know at the end of the day, at some point, it is going to be a ruffle in the feathers about, oh, well, I wanted to do this way, but then the woman disagrees, and he's like, why? You think because you make more money?
He's gonna feel emasculated.
right. He will feel, especially in the alpha male. You know what I mean? Like alpha males,
And to be honest, it's like
An
if
alpha
he
male ain't
doesn't-
gonna be paying just for no light bill.
right.
if he ain't really an alpha male, like I mean, I don't want a caveman, but I want somebody who's a protector, a provider. For me, it's kind of a turn off if you're not. And I understand that you go through things, you go through ups and downs, you may lose your job and be out for hard times. But if you're content with just, this is all I got, and that's all
Right.
you know what, baby, I can't. I'm
I
like,
got love to give.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like you can give me that from when you come over, and then
Look,
you
you can't
go
take
home.
love to the bank.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So
Who does
I
not pay
halfway
bills.
agree with Tyler for that. Don't shut him down completely. See if he actually has goals and dreams. Like, is it just a temporary job right now until he gets to his bigger dreams
Take your time with that. Take your time with
Look,
that.
watch out for that potential. Those
I
temporary.
agree with Marilyn. If you're over the age of like 25, 27, it is what it
You
is.
don't have time.
Mhm.
And especially if the woman is very successful and has already achieved, she can't be dealing with a dude who's still in his potential. No. If all you can afford is the light bill, I don't think you're ready to date anybody. You're not suitable for partnership with a woman. Personally. You've got more work to do on yourself.
Right.
I think one of the questions we didn't ask is like, can he take care of himself? Like he has his own place, whatever that is. Like, can you maintain yourself? Because paying a light bill, I don't know if that's maintaining just yourself. That sounds like you shacking up with somebody, you waiting for your next shack up.
Right. And let's be honest. Hey, diva ladies, we'll warn you now. There are some men who are hobosexuals. Basically, they hop around to different houses just to providing the D only, just to get a place to live. Okay, beware.
And some women are so, they want a man. They want to say, I got a man. So
Wait, Alicia, what was that term?
Hobosexual. Like
it'll go across the screen.
Michelle, you have them on Monday. I have them on Tuesday. Antrice has them on Wednesday. Marnita has them on Thursday.
Yeah, we got it.
Community dick. Remember I taught you?
Yeah, but this one got a duffel bag on his back.
Right.
Dick with a bag.
I feel like it was a halfway idea. Like I see his intent in trying to say, like Nicole was saying, that hey, he's just say sometimes love doesn't always look perfect. I get that, but like fill in the rest of the gaps because use your writing skills.
Who's telling Black men that if she's a woman, if she'll love you down and stand by you, just marry her, bring her into your home. Who's talking to Black men like that? Why is that the conversation?
They're not, because even if it comes with the she loves you, but she can cook and clean, she could do. She's still trying. You still want her doing something.
Or what if she's overweight? Not as pretty as the girl you thought she like. Lower your standards. Just if she loves you and she's a good woman, that's
and she's a provider.
Yeah, she ain't got to be like this. I'm gonna bring up this tweet again when dude was like, "Oh, she ain't attractive enough or whatever for the man making."
There are that last couple of lines about the attractiveness.
Yeah,
because men are not being told to lower their standards.
Right.
That's so true.
I didn't say that Black women don't make no money.
That's what Mr. Fantastic is saying.
Oh yeah, he disagrees with Tyler on that note that we make more money.
I need to know. Let me see your bank account. Can I see your receipts?
Right.
I'm sorry.
And honestly, he talking about 100K earners. We in California, Entourage. I don't know where you at. We in Los Angeles. That ain't going too far.
Right.
I don't think Mr. Fantastic is 100K earner.
Yes,
that's what I was saying. I was like, he talking like he ain't. I was like, that's what. Let me see your receipts.
Oh, all right, Entourage.
I'm like, what does your circle look like?
Right. Exactly.
That part.
Come on, we gonna keep going, Alicia, right?
I was trying to do that.
I'm sorry. He just got me pissed. I'm just thinking like,
no,
I know my sisters. I know a lot of sisters. And they got receipts that they can show.
Yeah.
Right.
But can you imagine getting up every day, going
going to
out
work.
to the world, and killing
And looking at that
yourself,
nigga sitting on your couch, not there scratching his
keep
balls.
it all together, and this ninja has a soft life and has to worry about one bill? Like, that is very out of his mind.
And then I will say again too, Tyler Perry acts like people are gonna walk around like his friends are gonna go up to him yeah, my marriage is horrible today, blah blah blah. Like people put on their best foot forward all the time for their friends.
Okay, Tyler Perry,
examples.
Watching.
So he
Why Did I
cannot
Get
use his
Married?
friends as examples. But anyway.
We knew there was some drama behind them relationships. So
right, right. Ooh. All right, Entourage, let us know where you stand on this topic as well. Do you agree with Tyler Perry? Do you just think that maybe he just had a poor choice of and you understand where he was coming from? Or do you agree with the rest of us a little bit? Like, nah, he needs to be addressing men more, address his class. I mean, I'm tired of men addressing women all the dang time in relationships.
telling us what we need to settle for.
Right.
He's a good man, Savannah.
Thanks for joining us today. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Thank you for sticking it out with us for our debate today. Cheers, everyone, and stay cool. See you next week.